The Nectar of Devotion by Srila Rupa Goswami, as translated by Srila Prabhupada. Chapter 3, Eligibility of the Candidate for Accepting Devotional Service. On account of his association with mahātmās, or great souls, 100% in the devotional service of the Lord, one may attain a little bit of attraction for Śrī Kṛṣṇa. But at the same time, one may remain very much attached to fruitive activities and material sense enjoyment, and not be prepared to undergo the different types of renunciation. Such a person, if he has unflinching attraction to Krishna, becomes an eligible candidate for discharging devotional service. This attraction for Krishna consciousness in association with pure devotees is a sign of great fortune. It is confirmed by Lord Chaitanya that only the fortunate persons, by the mercy of both a bona fide spiritual master and Krishna, will get the seed of devotional service. In this connection, Lord Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 20th chapter, verse 8, "My dear Uddhava, only by exceptional fortune does someone become attracted to me. And even if one is not completely detached from fruitive activities, or is not completely attached to devotional service, such service is quickly effective." So here I'd like to comment that we meet many people, or many people come to our website and they look things over, and about 40% of them leave and never come back. But 60% of the people who visit our site are attracted at least enough to come back one more time and look at the different pages and information that we have there. It's very interesting. I was looking at the statistics the other day, and like I said, 40% of people just come one time. And of the other 60%, there's a few that come once or twice more, a few more that come 5 or 10 times more. And then as you go up until you get to 100 or 250 or 500 return visits, then there's a large peak in the stats. In other words, there's a certain class of people who are attracted to devotional service of the Lord. And when they see our site, something inside them clicks and they go, this is what I'm looking for. And so they become a regular visitor. And they return again and again. And they become a regular. Maybe they will register on the forum site. Right now we have about 200 registered students on the university section of the site, and we see that those people come back again and again and again, even if they don't enroll in one of our courses. Right now we have about 20 students actually enrolled in the courses, but even if they don't enroll, we see that they return to the site. They read the forums. Sometimes they post something, or they'll come to the Sunday satsang program online. And these people are to be understood as being supremely fortunate. Well, what does that mean? It means that the engagement in the devotional service of the Lord is the most fortunate blessing, the most fortunate activity, the greatest benediction that anyone can receive in this human form of life. And this is repeated again and again in various scriptures. Lord Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam and also in Bhagavad Gita that those who are engaged in his service are the most fortunate, most blessed souls. And he takes care of them. He personally protects them and encourages them. And if someone gets the mercy of a pure devotee, a pure devotee is a person who has been accepted by Krishna who has seen Krishna in his original spiritual form, and who has also been blessed by a spiritual master himself in the lineage of Krishna. Such a person is most fortunate because to them the gate of liberation is open. So if you're trying to get into somewhere, let's say a building or a country or something like that, and you come there and there's a big wall and there's only one gate and it's very small. And then you're knocking on the gate and suddenly it opens. Well, what are you going to do? The right thing to do is to simply rush forward and go through the gate as quickly as possible. You never know when that gate is going to be open again. Similarly, in human life, most of the time, the gate of liberation is closed. I remember when I was young, I would try to meditate, and I would sit down and look within, and there was just nothing. This is why some people think that psychedelic drugs are so great, because at least when you take a psychedelic drug and you look within, there's something. Some kind of weird visions or colored shapes or something. That's better than nothing. But it's still not the gate of liberation. It's still not the actual spiritual vision. That only comes by the mercy of both Guru and Krishna combined. When Guru gives his instructions, this is Krishna's system, that one should approach a bona fide spiritual master and render service and inquiries. And in both cases, one is following the instructions of the spiritual master. Spiritual master says, do this service, do that service, stop taking meat and intoxication and illicit sex and gambling and speculation, and start chanting the holy name of the Lord and doing karma yoga and so many other things. So many instructions. So he's giving instructions for service, and also he's responding to the inquiries of the student. So if the student is sincere, then he'll follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And by following these instructions, at some point, Krishna becomes pleased. The mercy of the spiritual master is his instructions. So if one is sincere, he will receive that mercy. He'll accept those instructions and execute them. And when Krishna sees this, he says, this soul is sincere. This soul is fortunate. I'll bless him with my mercy. And then Krishna reveals himself. And Krishna only reveals himself to those who are qualified, to those who are sincere. Krishna, as is stated in the previous chapter, he does not reveal himself to those who are unqualified. Consequently, although many people are engaged in devotional service at various levels, very few people get the pure devotional service, because pure devotional service, Kevala Bhakti, unmixed with any kind of other activity, karma, jnana, or yoga, is very, very rare. Why? Because that kind of service is so attractive to Krishna that Krishna actually becomes controlled by the devotee. And so Krishna does not easily give up his position as the controller. He doesn't he doesn't want to be exploited. He only gives that special benediction to those who are completely pure at heart, which means whose motivation is only pure love. So we're discussing these things gradually in our teachings. So therefore, if one wants the ultimate benediction of life, he should follow Krishna's system. He should follow Krishna's instruction. He should find a bona fide spiritual master and surrender to him, execute his instructions, and do service and so many other things. And in that way he can go back to Godhead by pleasing Krishna. So this candidate determines his eligibility by his ability to execute the instructions of the spiritual master and follow Krishna's system, pass Krishna's test, and show his sincerity in that way. So now to continue. Devotees may be divided into three classes. The devotee in the first or uppermost class is described as follows. He is very expert in the study of relevant scriptures, and he is also expert in putting forward arguments in terms of those scriptures. He can very nicely present conclusions